What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So when it comes down to Lucid, my favorite aspect of it is its expansion. They're trying to expand in all the areas of the globe that have a massive amount of demand. So I want to go over some of the latest updates, data points, technicals, everything else that you need to know. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with that, let's get right to it. So currently it is down 1.56%. Surprisingly, it had a nice pop first thing because of this news. And this news that did come out, I think was very much highly anticipated. And that news was this. So right at the top right here, NIO's former Vice President Zhu Lang joins Lucid Motors and begins preparations for entering the Chinese market. In here, it doesn't necessarily talk on their plan to do so, but of course it says how beneficial it is. And at the very bottom right here, it does say in December of last year, this is where they started to post a lot of positions in China. And of course, this article did come out as well, December 15th, 2022. Lucid wants a slice of China's crowded EV market. And they say in this article how it's going to be very difficult for Lucid, but could be very beneficial potentially because of the demand aspect. And like I have done in the past, I like to bring up stats because it's one thing just saying something, but you need something, or at least stats, to back it up. And this is all the global electric car sales as of April 2023. And this right here is China. So China plug-in electric car sales were over 500,000 in April 2023, up 93% year over year. And as far as the overall market share for China that is made up of EVs is 35% compared to the US, which is 7.6. And the other locations that Lucid is trying to target is Netherlands, which is 40%, Germany 21%, and right here Norway, which I have no idea how, but it is 91.1%. So Lucid, like I said, is in all the right areas. Surprisingly, out of anything though, the States has one of the lowest percentages of EVs for the broader market share. So kind of interesting to see the fact that Lucid has just finally started to do a lot of these international deliveries to all of the areas that is going to probably make them significantly more money than even the States. But of course, I'm not a financial advisor. You guys always do your own due diligence. So again, this is absolutely very, very good news in my opinion. And surprisingly, it's just going down. So I think it's just the broader market taking it down a little bit, but still this is unjustified if you ask me. At the time of doing this video, there is no recent SEC filings or press releases or anything like that. So it is just kind of digesting that China news and also just piggybacking off of the technicals. And when it comes down to the technicals, I'll give you guys a quick overview of that. So it is lower percent of the Bollinger Band, unfortunately, and it's been like that for a while now, ever since it announced that dilution, which is a little bit more unfortunate as far as the timing, but this was very anticipated because like I said, I did feel that it was going to be coming one time or another in either most likely Q3, but they did it a little bit more premature. I don't know why exactly, but still, overall though, definitely there is a lot of good things. And based on this as well, there's a lot of actual tweets out there and it's just floating around on social media, the fact that Lucid is starting to do a hell of a lot of its international deliveries. And once again, as I've said, I think that's a very important part of Lucid because they're on track. They did say it's going to be starting the majority of them in Q2, and exactly they're living up to their word. So it's nice to see what Lucid is actually saying is going to happen actually truly happen. And as well, this was posted as well, so supposedly it is also in Japan, which would be crazy, but you never know. But still, over and above that though, I'll give you guys a quick overview of shorts and everything else that you need to know. Starting with options activity, today there is $2.94 million in call premiums being purchased versus $1.84 million in puts. So clearly based on this, people are anticipating it to go up from here. And currently, given the price where it is, so $6.32, it is currently trading between this S1 and the pivot. So it is lagging a little bit, but this is the next big support and resistance point that you do need to know. So $6.24 versus $6.96. So once again, it might just be range bound within there, but I do feel that Lucid is laying the foundation for a very successful company. So as I've said in the past, Lucid is going to be very volatile in the short term, but long term, if that's what your goal is and your target, then you should stand to make a lot of money. assuming Lucid does everything that they plan on doing bigger picture. And as far as the other data points today, so stochastic is currently at 22, so a little bit more oversold a little bit, but you do have a bear sentiment right now, so red line above the black, unfortunately. So again, that's kind of what's happening behind the scenes. Surprisingly enough, number of retail investors are just getting out ever since, looks like the 6th, unfortunately. So I'm not really sure why. Maybe there is a memo that I didn't get that everyone needs to just stop buying. Who knows? Let me know you guys' thoughts on why potentially people might not be buying Lucid right now. And as far as big money though, coincidentally is kind of mirroring the exact same thing. So number of transactions has been reduced as well. You don't see that much of larger transactions. So big money isn't necessarily buying Lucid as much as they once were. So once again, that's something that you need to keep in mind. And over and above that though, looking at this, so this is more so piggybacking once again off the options activity. This is all the strike prices, expiry dates, and everything else. Based on this is only calls as well. It is anticipated to be around the $7 mark in the next couple obviously weeks. But again, options activity doesn't necessarily move the stock price. It is just merely a sentiment. So just be aware of that. But like I said, I want to give you guys a quick overview, for instance, of what shorts are doing. So currently short score is 84. Utilization is 84.4. So that actually has broken off of 100%. So that's kind of interesting to see. As far as the short interest, it is currently 25.62%. And that is a percentage of the free float. And that works out to be 127.81 million shares overall that is being shorted. And currently shorts are actually returning 315,000 shares. So it's one of those weird things, the fact that you see them returning, but yet the stock is still down. It kind of does show that the sentiment is hit and is a little bit more negative, unfortunately, which is really sad to see. But as well, that does kind of match why the number of retail investors have been getting out and why big money is not necessarily buying. Just the sentiment isn't necessarily there. So let me know you guys' thoughts on that. Cost to borrow average as well is dropping a little bit. And so the average is 9.27%. So from here, I do anticipate based on the technicals it to continue to trend down a little bit. But like I mentioned, all of these things have been coming out with Lucid and them following their plan, and especially about their expansion. All of that is going to be laying the perfect foundation for them to succeed in the coming years. Whereas a lot of companies, they're not necessarily expanding. So once again, that might definitely stand to benefit Lucid, and it is a little bit more of a bold move as well. So let me know you guys' thoughts on all of this in the comments below. Do you think them expanding to China is good, or do you think that is going to be a waste of time and unnecessary expenses for them? Because for them to do that and for the whole supply chain, it might be kind of costly, but who knows? I'm not a financial advisor, like I said. So let me know you guys' thoughts on all this in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And while Lucid is going down, sideways, whatever it is, take advantage of free promos, and that is with Moomoo. Link in the description below and also the comments. Sign up for a free account and you get one free stock. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So it is a complete no-brainer. So let me know you guys' thoughts on all of this in the comments below. And without further ado, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.